Welcome to the garden. Today we've got an exciting new project. I'm making a container for this pepper plant. In fact, we can harvest this little bell pepper right now. And we're going to repot this right here in a new construction method. If you've ever started a fire with the log cabin stacking method, then you'll be familiar with this. But we're not going to start a fire. We're actually going to fill with soil and see if we can up-pot this pepper into this new wooden bed. You could scale this up to any size you like. Although anything too big, you might want to consider a wattle construction, which is that woven stick. And we'll try that next time. But today we're trying log cabin. And each layer creates a little gap. So we're going to take some newspaper and fill in these holes. And this will just decompose, but it'll protect the roots for a little while. Although a little air pruning is okay. You could even fill in strawberries in here, which we may try in the future. But as we go, I'm going to fill in, just like I would in the garden. I like to start with a bed of leaves, and then we do a mix of native soil. This is rich in clay and it has plenty of sand, but this alone is a little bit too dense. It's got a few nutrients in it, but it's been tapped out by all the native plants. So we're going to add some compost. This is like a half-finished compost, but it's a beautiful color. It's got worms in it, so this is going to be nice, healthy soil. You want to mix it in slightly because you don't want too many different layers, or they'll dry out differently and expand differently. And we want to keep this uniform, so we're just going to stack up our layers. So you want to start by measuring out what size your bed you want to be. And that's determined by the length of your sticks. And then we've anchored the four corners. And we're just building up. And push out. And pack in soil to keep the tension. And keep stacking to keep that tension. And these long stakes are going to act as a cage. For once the plant grows up, we can tie it to the cage and give it some protection. So that's a decent layer there, so we'll add in some more of our newspaper. And you could skip this step, but this is the first attempt, so I want to make sure that none of the soil falls out. So we'll just roughly fill in. Now the leaves were just on the base. So now we're just going to add more soil and more compost until we get about as deep as our pepper pot is, because that's going straight in the top, and then we'll backfill. So it's looking really good. I'm just going to dump my compost in with my native soil here. And this is definitely a lot bigger than what the pot is now. This little pepper is going to really love this new pot. And as these sticks decompose, it may even provide nutrients to the pepper. So I've just got a few more small sticks here. We're just going to top it off. And you could go as high as you want. You could build this up to like 6 feet if you like. You could make an entire raised bed. But again, that wattle construction is going to give you a lot more strength. This is really sort of a flimsy technique, but it's strong enough for a pot. And if you don't have any plastic containers, then this is an excellent substitute. All you need are some old logs or some old sticks. So that looks pretty good there. So we're going to transplant our pepper. If we can tease it out of this terracotta. I'm having some trouble here, so I'm going to take the shovel. It's really packed in there, so these roots are really going to love this new spot. And I'm going to stake it up to our stakes, and we'll take a good look at the end. Alright, is that enough? There it is. Look at all those beautiful roots. So those are going to start going down. I'm just going to loosen them up so they can get a little head start. Beautiful. Look at that. So now it's just a matter of backfilling. With our compost mix. I'm really packing it down in there so we can fill in those corner gaps. And you may lose some out the sides, but that'll settle eventually. And again, you could pack in strawberries in between these gaps, because that's going to get plenty of sunshine and it'll have access to soil right away. There we have it. So this is a log cabin style pot. It should last at least a year, maybe more. And these vertical stakes kind of provide a small cage. And there you have it. So this is our log cabin pot. I hope you give it a go. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.